Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to part 3 of our Baldur's Gate 3 walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed the last video, and here we are right outside of the Druid Grove where we left off. But you might notice that we have a brand new party member in Lizelle, and we've done a little bit of inventory management. So, without further ado, let's jump into the game. We head on into the Druid Grove and almost immediately come upon these humans having a discussion with the Tiefling.
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
One fight just ended, and now you're picking another? Relax.
Tell that to the dead at the gate.
Shut it, Horns! I'd be lying dead next to the goblins if you'd stalled any longer.
My duty is to this camp.
Oh, God forbid you risk your precious tail. But I shouldn't be surprised. Foulbloods ain't known for courage.
You see the Tiefling's jaw clench. He's about to erupt.
More violence won't bring back those you lost. Stop and think.
You're right. There's too much at stake.
Worried about your precious hides, the both of you.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless.
The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
Well done there. Well, let's see if the adventurers have anything else to say.
Time to pack. We need to
Bloody
leave.
devils.
Nope, apparently not. Well, let's just take whatever's on this wagon, of course. They don't seem to need it. And let's head up to chat with this fellow over here. Aaron.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met, and thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
What ritual are you talking about?
I forgot, you're a blow-in. A few days hence, this grove will be completely concealed by thorny vines. None will be able to enter or leave. A drastic measure. But more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day.
What about the people here?
We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels.
You just said the region's overrun by monsters. They won't survive by themselves.
As I said, it's a drastic measure. But the survival of the grove is paramount. There just aren't enough supplies to support everyone.
I'm looking for a healer.
I pray no goblin arrow has grazed you. Nettie could put you to rights. She should be with the others in the inner chambers, but I doubt she'll be taking on new patients. The grove will be locked down soon.
What are you selling?
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Alright, so this guy has a myriad of good equipment that will be useful in the future. I'm going to take a quick look through here and see if anything jumps out at me. Well, we don't have a ton of gold, so let's see what we can get for all the loot we've acquired so far. Don't want to get rid of anything too valuable. And maybe I'll go ahead and skip some of this portion of the video. Jump straight to selling things out.
Sylvanas, guide your path.
And we're going to come around here to the lower part of this grove where there are a few more interesting individuals to talk to. We're gonna start with this healer lady. First I'm gonna double check and do a little more inventory management here. And we're actually just gonna end up using Shadowheart to speak with her since she's carrying a lot more gear to sell.
It isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh, there isn't a bit of colour in those cheeks, Petal. Are you hurt? Cold? Fever? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore.
There's no need, I'm fine, really.
Sorry, love. I just lose the run of myself sometimes. I must say, though, you're looking mighty peaky. Are you all right?
I'm fine, just bone weary after a long day.
Oh, stop! Even on a good day, half the camp acts like a bunch of screaming brats. I'm tempted to smack them all on the backside and tell them to kiss and make up. Not that they'd listen to little old me. Anyway, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale.
What harm? Show me your wares. And she also has a few interesting items, mostly potions. And we're gonna see what we can afford here. We definitely want to keep the alchemist fire, but stocking up on healing potions is never a bad thing for an adventurer to do. Let's see, a potion of invisibility and a few potions of resistances could come in useful, but let's just start here. Make a little bit more gold.
Take care now, sweetie.
And then we're gonna come over to this little village's blacksmith, Damon. Damon?
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
Let me see your wares. And he has a ton of magical items, mostly +1s. But these could come in extremely useful if we run into any enemies that seem to have resistances to normal weapons. But we are going to unfortunately find that almost all of his items are too expensive for us. We could swing this axe probably if we sold something, but we actually have a pike now on Lizelle, so she does not really need that weapon. We check the costs for a couple more items, and that forge is holding on by a thread.
Best. People came from as far as Neverwinter to buy my swords. Funny how things change when your bloodline becomes a problem. Guess I'll be starting over in Baldur's Gate. I hope people are more open-minded there.
Well, let's go ahead and leave and take a look through the rest of the grove. Also, cast a little mage armor on yourself. Never a bad idea.
Whoa, hey, can't say I've ever seen someone like you before. Go on, take this ring. It's lucky.
People don't just give away rings and say they're lucky. So let's not probably do that.
Oh, I don't have any money or anything to sell. My partner does that.
So what's your side of the business?
What? I'm the guard, so don't steal anything. I'm watching you.
Little naked guard, alright. It's a little bit different.
Let my daughter
to go right now!
She's a thief, hell spawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mradrishem, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Two bears.
Damn it. We could have taken
Well,
this
it sure seems like these druids are not taking kindly to the tieflings, who are just trying to make a home here. But let's see what the druids have to say.
Stop! Move back at once!
If it weren't for me, you'd be overrun by goblins by now. I'll go where I please.
Keep back! Force my hand and I'll show you its claws.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Good choice by Koga. Koga? I keep wanting to say Korga, but it's Koga. Something like that. Alright, let's see. Interesting. Speaking with a bird.
Only me. Understand?
Seems to be a messenger.
Speak.
What were you saying to that bird?
The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
I helped defend this grove. I'm not your enemy. Oof. Rolling low. Now we seem to have gained some inspiration here, so we could roll again, but let's save that for later.
Not all enemies are outside our walls.
Alright. See if we can get some more information. Are you helping to prepare for the ritual?
I would prefer not to. But if Master Halsin does not return, Korga will give the order. And my voice
Interesting.
will not
So
matter.
some people... What happened to Halsin?
He left with the adventurers. They went treasure hunting in an old temple near here. Master Halsin did not chase treasure. I do not know what he was chasing. But he never returned.
I'm looking for a healer. Help me narrow the search.
Find Nettie in her room. Through the carved door, deeper in the grove.
Alright. Well, it seems to be interesting that some of the druids don't want to complete this ritual. Some seem to be a little more kind-hearted.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil, and I will cast out the rest.
Thief? Poison? What's this girl's actual crime?
Girl? You mean parasite? She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it!
Release her. I'll see that she stays out of trouble. Oof, that's a tough roll.
No. The tiefling remains until the rite is complete. Now, Wrath.
No. Gone. By the gods, Korga, what have you done?
Atheus! Tila to me! Bury the remains. Continue the rite.
And the parents?
They're just outside.
This outsider will take word once I've spoken to him. We must focus on the right.
Not even willing to speak with the parents.
Spare your tears.
See if Wrath has anything to say.
Mercy on us, Sylvanus. Mercy. Mercy. Mercy.
That snake must be held accountable.
By every star, by every vein on every leaf, she must. This has only happened because our true leader was taken from us.
Kaga seems happy to rule the roost. Who's your real leader?
Master Halsin. Perhaps Goblin Court. Perhaps dead. He'd set Mistress Korga back in line. Hold her to task. Stop this damn ritual. More will die if the rite is finished. So many more. Sent into a world gone
Well, we
mad.
should definitely look for Halsin then. If no one's looking for him, I'll do it.
Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
No need to fret. I'll find him.
Sylvanus' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well. Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
Alrighty then, let's face Kaga. Why do I have such trouble with that name?
Go on.
Kaga.
Say it. You think I'm a monster?
Well, we can't see ourselves there, but alright. Do you expect pity? You killed a child in cold blood.
She made her choice. I know your kind. You see only victims and villains. A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. I call her mother. You call her monster. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanus and the rite has resumed. We will seal the grove. Free from harm. Free of intruders.
The rite must be born of powerful magic.
The Rite of Thorns. It is the Tree Father's gift that none come to harm. When we speak the final prayer, the great vine will sprout forth. The grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no one leaves. Sanctuary. None of this can happen while Outlanders infect us. Sylvanus demands that we choke them out.
You'd leave them to die on the road?
I am First Druid now. I protect the Circle, whatever the cost. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to the Tiefling leader. Zevlor, he's called. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
Then it seems best I speak to Zevlor.
You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way, with the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Well, as a tiefling, I am beginning to trust these druids less and less. Their new leader just pretty much outright cold blood murdering a child. Not feeling great for these guys.
You didn't know? I see you. Just give me a moment.
Wait patiently.
This medicatrix. There. It's up to her now. Life or death.
Even that's kind of harsh.
Now, what was it you needed?
I'm looking for Nettie.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
Healing as soon as possible.
Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
No good way of putting this. I have a tadpole in my head.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
You know of them? Can you help me?
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick.
Alright, we're gonna drop a quick save here because we have a bad feeling about this.
Head on in. This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
I'm hoping for a less grave cure.
I'll do the best I can.
I'm no Master Halcyon, mind. He'd have your tadpole out like that. Still, we have options.
What is that?
A cure.
Now your arm, please. You don't have time for games.
Pull
You
back.
came to me for help. Do you want it or not?
I don't want it. This was a mistake.
No, I can't let you leave. You could transform any second. This is the last time I'll ask. Please.
You're not asking. This is a threat.
To hell's with it.
Let's try to dodge. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think we are going to have to use our inspiration here.
You dodge her blow, but as you regain your footing, you can see the pain in her eyes.
I'm sorry. I truly am. But I can't let you go. If you transform out there, you'll kill everyone in the grove. Everyone for leagues around.
I'm not showing any symptoms. I have time. Oof. That's unfortunate.
I don't want to hurt you, but I can't let you live. You're too dangerous. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
And we are thrown into combat with Nettie. So unfortunately we are going to have to kill this druid. Nice start from Asterion. Let's just stay here in case we need an attack of opportunity. Nice stab from Lizelle as well. Okay, we get 2 attacks of opportunity, so she is not doing so well. Other people did not get Thunderwaved back, so that's good. There was a little bit of damage here on Shadowheart though, so let's go ahead and Cure Wounds her. With 3 hit points left and 3 turns, Nettie is not going to really get to do much. We just move up a little bit and end our turn. And let's see what we can do with an Eldritch Blast. Maybe we can move up to her height and get a little bit better of an opportunity. Well, we do away with the druid. Of course, let's loot around as good adventurers do. A wyvern poison, that's very powerful. And an arcane circlet. A little +1 nature boost. We're not wearing anything else, so let's go ahead and equip that. Yeah, let's give the wyvern poison to Lizelle. Shadowheart.
Blind honesty is always a bad idea. We should keep quiet in future.
Agreed. Telling the wrong person about our little problem could prove fatal.
Indeed. Wouldn't want a frightened and angry mob to get to us before the tadpole did, would we? That said, this Halcyon fellow sounds promising. He'd be someone to tell about our problem. If we manage to find him, that is.
Alright, let's loot around. We find some notes and journals. Take some of that along with this dagger. Could be useful. Rune of the Eagle. Seems like we can activate it, but one is empty. So let's run around and activate the others, see if anything happens.
It's broken, but
that's curious.
Not too badly.
Curious indeed. Stone slabs here.
I wonder what's back there.
I do as well. We can't really see anything from here. We don't have a way of clearing this poison away, unfortunately. So I think we're gonna have to let that one go.
A tidy slot, but no rune.
Slots, but no rune. We've uncovered everything in here. Kind of wonder if we'll be let back into the town once Nettie's body is discovered, but let's go ahead and make sure that we loot everything in here just to
Time to track him down.
complete our little mission here and meeting with the healer.
Forget Halfin. Only a Githyanki Kresh.
Once again, you guys can let me know in the comments if you want to see me loot everything in the game, or if you prefer we do a little bit of skipping here to shorten the videos. I can just kind of summarize what we find. We come up with a few healing potions, a few other knickknacks in this room, but the main kind of thing that we find are the healing potions, of which we come away with like 5. So not a bad thing to go ahead and kill Nettie. At least we haven't felt any repercussions of it yet.
Since when did we become killers?
Alright, let's make our way back outside, and as you'll notice, we can level up to level 3 already. Start by leveling up Lizelle. Now we get to choose some passives here with her subclass of Battle Master. I'm going to change Rally to Riposte. I find that to be quite a useful ability in actual Dungeons & Dragons. We'll see if that comes into play here. We get our Pact Boon, so we get some second level spell options here. I think I am actually going to go with Shatter, as it is a very powerful AoE spell, which also deafens targets. Yeah, let's go ahead and give Shatter a try. Hold Person, another very good spell, but as we currently are using Tasha's Hideous Laughter, let's just try Shatter. We also get access to Burning Hands, which could be very useful. Look at that powerful guy. Alright. Next up, Shadowheart. She has a bunch of new spells that she's unlocked, but again, we are going to need to prepare these spells, so let's customize. Not going to use Command Word Halt, not going to use Bane. Let's make sure we have access to Prayer of Healing and Lesser Restoration. We also toy here with the idea of maybe getting a Hold Person spell or something of that nature, maybe not even using this Prayer of Healing spell. But I think we're going to give it a shot with like the full healer range of abilities on this cleric. We have a pretty high damage team otherwise, and Lizelle is pretty tanky, so I think her kind of off-tank healing role is going to be most valuable to our team. We also take a look at some of the other abilities that she has access to now. And we also get to level Asterion. Now, he gets to choose between Arcane Trickster and Thief, but Thief is a much more simple kind of class, and he's going to get the ability to use items as a bonus action and climb at a faster rate. We are also going to do a little bit of spell management here. I think I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part of the video so you can kind of get a feel for how I'm setting up my bars. I essentially want my first level spells on the top row, and then I also want to hotkey the second level spell version of the same spells. Now, for those of you not familiar with Dungeons & Dragons, casting a first level spell with a second level spell slot can sometimes empower the spell. So for example, if you are casting Healing Word, it would normally be 1d4 points of healing plus your ability modifier, or your spellcasting modifier rather, in this case Wisdom. But if you cast it at 2nd level, it becomes 2d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. So you can, in this way, deal a lot more healing. There are also some things like Bless. It will allow it to affect one more target. And here we are going to change our Warlock bar around a little bit, though you'll notice that Warlocks, as they level, they only have the spell slots of their level. So we no longer have 1st level spell slots. We just have the abilities we can cast at will. Instead, we have 2 2nd level spell slots. So some of our 1st level spells, like Dissonant Whispers and things, have just been permanently upgraded, essentially, to a level 2 spell. Meanwhile, I did have somebody on Discord mention that they had to get used to the voiceover nature of these videos. While we have a moment, feel free to let me know in the comment section if you feel strongly one way or another about voiceover instead of live commentary. But again, I think I mentioned in the first episode, I am not an experienced Twitch streamer. I have been on a few streams, but it has mostly been in a support or playing role rather than the DM or the actual streamer.
Unless you have news of Arabella, I don't want to hear it.
She was bitten by a snake. It happened quickly. She felt no pain.
Wait, what?
What are you saying?
Your daughter is dead.
No.
Don't be ridiculous. What are you on about?
It was an accident. I wish it weren't true.
No. You're not saying. You're wrong. You're wrong, Bells!
Kill her!
Bells, we can't just leave. They're kin.
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
You should all stay. A single blade can make a difference.
No. This place is a death trap. Let us leave. Immediately. Or would you deny your brother here his chance at fortune in Baldur's Gate?
Come on, sis. Well, let's have a target alone. We should leave.
Fine. Let's sneak away like God's damned cowards. But if something happens to these people, it's on us. I hope you know that.
I kind of tend to agree with her. At this point in the game, the druids are completing a rite which will seal off this grove from all outsiders. And it's quite unfortunate for the tieflings who have been taking refuge here. It seems that El Terrell was attacked, or that something quite bad happened here, and the tieflings really need the protection of the druids, but the druids seem adamant to get them out of their area before the rite is completed, so we need to locate Master Halsin, who seems like a much more reasonable figure who might not only be able to help us with our tadpole problem, but will likely stop Koga from completing the ritual.
If I choose to kill you, you will not even see it.
Let's journey on in the location where we believe Halsin to be located. And we see a rather interesting cliffside. Let's see if our characters can figure anything out about it.
These tracks.
What's that?
Squad. Bow-legged.
There seems to be a
Goblins,
door
I'd say.
here and some goblin tracks. Well, Let's make sure that we sneak through this underground passage after dropping a quick save. And let's probably split our group up a little bit. Sneaking in Asterion first here. There's some stuff over here and a goblin. Alright, well let's bring our melee characters down a little bit, but not revealing themselves. And let's sneak some of our ranged characters up to the top of this cliffside. You see a couple more goblins beneath. Alright, let's wait for our melee to be in position. And now let's sneak up slightly with Mithlos here, but we're going to sneak right to the back of this goblin and sneak attack. Everybody's surprised, but we don't actually get to see what happened.
Save the druid. I'll cut you to pieces.
And combat starts against these goblins. Alright, he is dealt with, the goblin up here, so let's take another ranged attack. A 98% chance to hit all around, and we take another one out straight away. So let's come on back and use our bonus action to hide now that we've broken line of sight. And the rest of our characters have not yet been involved in the fight, so let's take another kind of attack from stealth there to Eldritch Blast another one to death. Only one goblin remaining already. We might actually be able to save this druid's life. Let's take a ranged attack with Lizelle and a Sacred Flame with Shadowheart, which of course he passes the saving throw on, so it does nothing. But our hidden rogue gets the chance to attack once again and takes the last one out. Goblin's not even getting a chance to attack here. Let's loot around. Seems like there might be some useful items in these crates. Yeah, healing potion here and there, some thieves' tools, potion of speed, a couple of spell scrolls, not too shabby. And there seems to be another chest here, but there are also these oil barrels strewn about the room. Let's see if we can prevent an explosion from killing our group. And with a little bit of game stutter there, we do destroy one of the oil barrels, but it only succeeds in spreading the oil around the room, so that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Let's make sure we save the game here. And let's split up our party. I think we're going to use Asterion for this task once again. I'm not too sorry for the vampire. Let's get the rest of our party well out of range. And pick up the remaining oil barrels so they don't explode on us. And let's lockpick this chest. We successfully unlock it. And we do have a successful perception check, but I, for the life of me, could not figure out what it was about. Nothing really in the examine. I don't see anything around the room. Let's just open the chest. And it does explode, but we only get a little bit of damage. And we found another magical item. Seems to be a staff, which might snare something. Alright, let's go ahead and equip that on our warlock. Grouping the party back up, we'll finish off looting and see if we can't help that poor unconscious druid down here.
His breaths are shallow, his wounds deep. He doesn't respond to your voice.
Well, it seems like this fellow could use some healing. Let's spend a spell slot with Shadowheart on just a level 1 Cure Wounds.
Take Cure.
And he gets right back up. Excellent. Let's see what we can see.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I thought I was gonna die down here.
How did those goblins slip into the grove?
Oh, it's my fault. I thought I'd given them the slip, but they followed me through the tunnel back there. I must tell the others what happened. I stepped careful. There are traps in these tunnels. And thank you again.
Well, thank you for the warning, and you're welcome for your life, I suppose. Let's see if we can see what he's talking about. A guardian statue. That looks like something we should probably just get rid of. Though I am wondering a little bit whether it will cause problems for the Druids of the Grove. This might be something that's been keeping them safe. Though, if the goblins know about this tunnel, no amount of guardian statues are going to keep them safe. So we get rid of it. And we group our party back up and head down the tunnel. We begin to overhear some conversations. Perhaps we should sneak again. Seems we can't walk up the hill. We're gonna have to jump, unfortunately.
You're gonna be sorry, every last one of you.
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with.
Let's do nothing here. Let's just see what happens.
Doesn't even matter if you kill me. I'm chosen by the Absolute, I am. I'm blessed.
Here it comes, you little beast.
And she sure enough executes the goblin. Interesting. Well, they don't seem to take too much notice of us. Let's get the rest of our party up here. Which is a little more work. A little easier said than done. Gotta flick around a little bit and make sure we jump with everyone. Don't really need to be sneaking anymore either. Lizelle has a big jump. She's quite strong. Alright.
I didn't take these refugees for killers. Maybe I've misjudged them. They're still going to die, but at least they're willing to fight.
They're desperate, and desperate people will do anything.
True.
Let's see if we can loot this
What
goblin.
you need now?
Accidentally starting another conversation. Starion, lockpick, my friend. Open the gate. Turn the camera. Nothing. Empty equipment chests. Carrot. A wine glass. Starion, another door. Alright, and we see pretty much nothing else of value in here. Alrighty. Let's head back out. And we find that we have kind of come in through the back entrance to the grove. So, I think this will be a good time to just kind of move on back through the grove, and as we reach the exit, we are going to pop a little short rest here for our characters. Unfortunately, we can't recover any spell slots with any of these guys, but we can heal Astarion to full, hopefully. And sure enough, he's healed to full. Alright, we didn't make it too far down this path. Let's see if we can make it a little bit further this time.
Only if my people extract them. The only other cure is the blade.
People up ahead.
Something's wrong.
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows, marks on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
What happened to your friend? No, let's try a medicine check. His wounds look deep. I might be able to help. Ooh, all the threes today.
Brother, your sword.
Wait.
The injured man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head.
Hold his stare.
Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna. New recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He is a true soul. Mind him. He will. He.
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to
Well,
Edwin.
this is interesting. True soul?
What? Are you testing us?
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice. Your words are her command. She grants you the power to enforce her will. And when the time comes, the true souls, you will rule.
Pah! I will serve at no ruler's side but my queen's.
Why are you out here? The wilderness is dangerous.
We know that all too well, sir, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives. Survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
Well, what happened to your brother exactly?
An oil bear. It had
An
him on
owl
the
bear?
ground before we had a chance to react. We managed to drag him away, but the beast's claws had already done their work. I told Edwin not to look in that cave. It was filthy with oil bear tracks.
Whale bear. Well, let's see. These fugitives, tell me more.
We don't know what they look like, but anyone who survived that crash is bound to be injured. That's enough to get us started. The Absolute wants them found. At any cost.
Well, I'm a survivor of that crash. Looks like you found me.
You! Brenna! Kill him!
And that's unfortunate. They want to kill us now. But I think we're gonna have to track down that owlbear at some point. I mean, right? Come on. Okay, so we got a nice little stab on him. And we're gonna jump to this high ground area. I think we'll call it a day for Astarion. Lizelle, let's try her new attack. A little rushing attack. Hit him. Ooh, that seems to be pretty good. Color spray, what does that do? So we might have some disadvantage. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and Sacred Flame. And it does nothing, as usual. And Asterion, let's take out Brynna. And finally, let's get to the high ground for an Eldritch Blast. Full points of damage, alright. Go ahead and loot
The
a
man
bit.
is dead, but something shifts beneath his features. A glistening tadpole emerges, slithering up past a sightless eyeball. The same as the creature behind your eye.
Reach out to crush it.
One squeeze should do it, but you stop
No,
short.
why?
How could you think of harming something so beautiful, so pure?
Kill it. Resist those feelings. This is a parasite. Flat roll. Alright, 10. Huzzah! Finally got a success.
The tadpole plops to the ground. Now is your chance to stomp it into the dirt.
Stomped.
But it's too precious, too sweet, isn't it?
No. Let's focus. Whatever's in your mind, it isn't you. 13. It lives.
Your foot stops short. You want to destroy it, but you
Why
simply
not?
can't.
Dang it.
It slinks away, worming into the forest undergrowth.
Everyone else in the party's like, what the hell?
Try to slither away, filthy little monster.
Well, let's finish looting. A couple more scrolls. Not too bad. See what Lysel has to say.
This so-called true soul carried a tadpole. Their absolute is no god. It is a geich deception sown by the parasites devouring their minds. That such a thing lives inside me is unbearable.
A deception? Do you think the Absolute is a mind flayer ploy?
The voice is real. Its words are a fraud. Shared delusion is not a conventional symptom. The mind flayers have a plan for these true souls. Which means they've a plan for us.
Well, that's not super great. Let's look around a bit and see if we can't locate this owlbear cave. Don't believe it's over here, but I could be wrong. Let's take a look down this cliffside. Any caves? Any caves? I'm not seeing any caves. The vampire in our group will likely have some problem crossing this running water, so finding no caves, it looks like we're gonna have to make our way back up this cliffside. And there you can see the other edge of that mind flayer ship. A little bit of problem with the camera here, getting back to where I want to be, but there happens to be a bridge nearby that we can go ahead and cross instead. Looking for it, not finding it. Maybe it's back in this general direction. Here, I think I see it on the map. Alright, let's come around here. There it is. Don't know why that was so hard to find, but there you have it. Let's see if there's anything useful in any of these trunks at these broken wagons. Nothing really too useful. It might fetch an odd coin here and there. Nice little ruby. Some more food.
Dead goblins.
Dead goblins and dead travelers.
Were they heading to the Druid's Grove?
Interestingly enough. Well, let's loot all the adventurers and goblins, and as we are just surpassing the 1 hour mark, I believe this will be a great place to go ahead and stop for part 3. Once again, if you are enjoying this series or if you enjoy my D&D content, make sure that you subscribe so you get notified when my next video comes out. And until next time, be well, be excellent to one another, and stay curious, adventurers.